What's going on, guys? Briar Rabbit here. Today I want to talk about the Iron Banner. Yesterday it dropped and it's very different than what it's been in the past. So I gotta say, I am absolutely really enjoying the Iron Banner this time around. This month, it seems to be one of the best versions of Iron Banner that we've ever seen. The game mode is Clash, which isn't my favorite, but is fine. I'd rather have control just to increase some of the movement of enemy teams around the map, but Clash seems to be going very well. I'm enjoying the map rotation. I'm not seeing any maps that I truly hate, and that makes it a lot more fun as well. The lag issues on Iron Banner this time around, I haven't really had many. I have had a couple of games. Yesterday I played a lot on stream for about 4 hours on stream, and then today I played a little bit in the morning just to get the footage you're seeing here, because unfortunately I forgot to record any footage yesterday. So this was just a quick game of Iron Banner just to get some footage of the current Iron Banner. But the lag, for the most part, I haven't had any real lag issues. Every once in a while I ran into a few red bar heroes, but not nearly as much as I've seen in Iron Banner's past. The matchmaking seems to be toned down as far as skill-based matchmaking, and the connection seems to be pretty good. Now, in the past, I've seen that change during the week of Iron Banner. I've seen that, maybe at the beginning of the week, Iron Banner has had good matchmaking, and by the end of the week, something seems to have changed, and the lag gets worse. And hopefully we're not going to see that this time around. Hopefully Bungie is starting to really fine-tune the matchmaking systems inside of Destiny so that when we have events like this, like the Iron Banner, we don't have to worry about the connection as much as we have in the past. Iron Banner connections, frankly, over the last year and a half have been up and down in a very big way, but they do seem to be improving on a pretty consistent basis. Like I said, sometimes halfway through the week, it'll make a change for the worse, although sometimes halfway through the week, it makes a change for the better. Right now, the lag seems pretty good. Like I said, I've seen a couple of red bar heroes, but not so bad that, I get frustrated or I want to turn the game mode off. I do want to talk about the loot drops. So loot drops are damn near perfect right now. I feel like every 3 games or so, I'm getting a very high level legendary loot drop, and that makes Iron Banner fun. It keeps that dopamine drip of awesome drops coming at you. Even if you get a drop like a rocket launcher that, you don't necessarily like the roll on it, it comes at such a high level that you can infuse it into other gear and start propping up your character or characters to get better gear as you go. So as you play Iron Banner, your light level is increasing in substantial ways, and then you continue to get higher light level by getting more drops. This is a fun thing about Destiny right now, and it's one of the reasons that I think Update 2.2 made Destiny the best version of Destiny that we've had so far. Sure, I was disappointed that there wasn't a whole lot of content that came with Update 2.2, but I will say this, the version of Destiny we've got is my favorite version of Destiny, we've ever had, for PvE and for PvP. Now, the loot drops only come in the form of what's available from Lord Saladin this week, and that is a bit of a complaint for me. The vendor roles that Lord Saladin is selling are very, very, very good. However, because the loot drops have increased so substantially, I'd like to see Bungie actually tone down how godly these roles are on the vendor sold weapons, so that you have a chance to really feel like you got something special when an awesome weapon drops. Right now, Hakon's Hatchet has rangefinder, perfect balance, and counterbalance on it. It's a perfect roll. I couldn't ask for a better roll out of that auto rifle, and as soon as I hit level 5 on my Titan, I'm definitely going to pick one up. However, I suspect that everybody's going to pick this gun up. It's going to be a very popular gun in the Crucible, which means that mine just isn't going to be special. And I understand that is a somewhat unpopular opinion. An argument could be made that, I don't have a ton of time to play Iron Banner, and with the system in place right now, with the Hakon's Hatchet having a perfect roll on it, all I've got to do is grind up to level 5, and I will get an awesome gun. And that's a valid argument. For me, it de-incentivizes the grind just a little bit. There's still an incentive that if you play a ton, that you'll keep getting awesome drops at high light level because the Iron Banner is now using the smart loot system. Most of the drops that you get are going to be higher than your current light level. So even if you don't get a good roll on a Hakon's Hatchet or the boots, if you get anything, you can infuse it into something you like better. And that's a nice incentive, but I would like to have my Hakon's Hatchet be somewhat of a unique flower, right? The way the system works right now is everybody's going to have this one roll because it's so godly a roll with rangefinder, perfect balance, and counterbalance. The thing is just going to be an absolute beast. So there's really no incentive to keeping any other Hakon's Hatchet unless you want something for PvE that has a slightly different roll with maybe some damage perks on it. But overall, I would say that's a pretty minor complaint and one that's got a pretty strong counter. So I would say that this is one of the most successful Iron Banner events that we've ever had in Destiny. And we've been having Iron Banner events in Destiny basically since year one, or since day one of Destiny. And I would say I'm having the most fun I've ever had in Iron Banner, and I don't even love the game type as much. I'd much rather see Control because I find it's just a more fun team-based game mode. But the loot system, the lag, the matchmaking, it all seems like they've really nailed it this week. And I hope that instead of seeing changes that make it worse, we see changes that continue to make the Iron Banner even more fun in the future. I'm really having a blast with it. I hope you guys will actually join me in playing. I'm playing on stream quite a bit, and I play with viewers on stream. So if you'd like to play with me, or if you don't have friends that normally play Iron Banner, I can tell you this. Iron Banner is a lot more fun when you have a full team instead of grinding it solo. Grinding it solo, it almost feels like you got a 50-50 chance whether you're going to win or lose, independent of your personal performance. With a team, the communication aspect, knowing where people are popping supers, knowing where the enemy team is spawning, makes it much easier to get those wins, and I find it to be just a more enjoyable experience. So one of the things I like to do is bring in my raid team. My raid team doesn't necessarily have the most PvP experience. Most of them are PvE based guys, or they were before the current raid team got assembled. And it's a lot of fun, In the current loot system, it's a very valid way of leveling up your character, and it draws players in who normally only play PvE. And that should be a lot of fun. You get to see some of those people who don't play a lot of PvP get in there, mix it up, and it makes for some pretty entertaining times. So that's what I think. I think that this is probably one of the best Iron Banner events we've seen since, day one Destiny. I'm wondering what you guys think. Do you like the skill-based matchmaking system as it sits? Do you think it needs to be toned down further? Are you enjoying the loot? Are you getting the loot you want to get? Are you leveling up your character as fast as you feel like you need to? How's it going? What are your impressions? That's pretty much going to do it for me. Thank you very much for watching. Hit that like button if you like the video. Hit subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I'll see you guys next time.